So as Jade said, do we have to clap just like that? Right? My name is Christy Jones, and I'm a holistic health coach and a mindfulness educator. And in the Glendora School District, I'm contracted as their healthy life educator. So I work in the schools with kindergarten through 5th grade. I go into every single classroom twice a year, and I teach them how to love vegetables, how to read food labels, and I'll go a little bit over that as we go along. But first, a key concept that I put into the lessons is that we always do some type of breathing exercise, and we do some type of a mindfulness movement or mindfulness game before we start. One, to wake up our brain. We need 25% of our blood flow to our brain before it even works properly. 2 is to teach them how to focus on their own body, to regulate their emotions, and to pay attention to what's going on inside their body. So since you guys are big kids, I'm going to invite you to stand up and push in your chairs.
What are we doing? You guys are doing great this morning.
You guys are actually getting off really easy. Jay told me this is a group of old men, and I said, and so, guess what? These things I'm teaching you, actually, for kids, once again, it's helping them regulate their emotions, but for us, as we get older, it's making our brain younger and more flexible. And who wants a younger and more flexible brain, right? So what I'm going to have you do is, the first thing we do in every single lesson is something called power breathing. So I'm going to have you put one hand on your heart and one hand on your abdomen. And we're going to breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth. So we're going to take 4 breaths. And this is my breathing ball. So we're going to breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth. And just notice after those few breaths, do you feel a little more relaxed? And sometimes if you're not used to breathing deeply, you'll feel lightheaded. Yep. Okay? Right. So I'm going to have you keep your hands there, and this time I'm going to have you close your eyes. And if you are lightheaded, don't breathe as deeply. You're not used to, what it's doing is it's opening up blood flow in our brain that we're not used to, oxygen flow into our brain. So this is really good for you, actually, if you do feel a little lightheaded. And let's take 4 more breaths. Breathe in through your nose. Did I forget to tell you to close your eyes?
Yeah.
Okay, you did, right? Some of you had your eyes open. Who felt more relaxed with their eyes closed? Yeah. Why? Not looking at them, right? Yeah. Absolutely. It makes it so much easier. But just taking a couple breaths and closing your eyes, you're able to just not focus on everything else going around and pay more attention inside. We are seeing more mental health issues, more emotional issues in our schools. Teaching kids how they can focus inside their body and actually pay attention to what's going on inside is key for what we're turning around. So that was the breathing part. Right? So now I'm going to invite you to play a game. So Trevor, I need you to be my volunteer. And so part of what I teach are mindfulness activities that help kids focus to get in the present moment. Does anybody know what mindfulness is? What's the definition of mindfulness? Trevor, what's the definition of mindfulness?
Alert.
It's like it's just keeping aware, one or two thoughts or objects in your head at a time.
Yeah.
And just maybe like if you're washing your hands, just focusing on washing your hands versus thinking about a bunch of different things at the same time.
Awesome. So great job. And mindfulness is really being in the present moment. Right here, not worrying about what happened yesterday and not worrying about what's going to happen later today, but just being here. So this is one of my favorite games. It is called the Wow Wow game. So I'm going to have you actually partner up with whoever is next to you, but not yet. You're going to watch Trevor and I first. And so when it is your turn, you're going to face your partner. And this is a little hand clapping game, and this might seem really silly, but you're gonna understand it as we do this, why it is so important. And you're gonna clap your hands once like this, and then we're gonna clap our hands together and say, wow.
Patty cake.
And then we're gonna clap our hands together here again, and we're gonna do it twice, wow, wow. And then 3 times, wow, wow, wow. This is where it gets tricky now, we're gonna do twice. Wow, wow, and then 1, wow, and you keep going. So you ready? Okay. Ready? Wow, 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 wow. So let's do it one more time. Ready? Wow, 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 wow. So this is the pattern. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, and you keep going. So I'm going to invite you to play this with who's ever next to you. And if you have 3 people, if it's an odd number, you can do this with 3 people also. So turn it together if you're willing to. If for some reason you don't, if your back hurts or something, don't do it. But are you guys ready? So skirt, this is making your brain younger. This is the part of the program that makes your brain younger. So ready? Wow. Wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow. Wow. Wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Keep going.
I need some more wowing over here. You guys,
Can we stay on
We
it?
can wow more later.
yeah.
That's pretty good. Wow.
Drink more coffee,
Okay, awesome. So I want you to notice something. When we played that game, could you think of anything else besides focusing on clapping your hands, right?
That was difficult enough.
So this exercise brings us into the present moment. It's not even possible to think about what was going on yesterday and what's going to go on later today. Okay? When you say wow, what does your mouth do?
Wow.
You smile, right? Whenever you smile, you release chemicals into your brain that make your brain feel good. We're seeing more kids with anxiety and depression than ever before. Our kids smiling is really important. Us smiling is really important. When you clap hands with another person, our hands are our biggest connection to our brain. When you clap hands with another person, you are stimulating your brain and you're connecting it with another person. We are seeing more and more a lack of connection in our schools and in society in general. The lack of connection is what we're seeing as a society, but we're seeing it drastically in our schools. Okay, and when we messed up, what do?
Laugh.
We laughed. Laughter is the #1 way to release negative emotion from our body. So my assignment for you, now that you know this game, is to teach it to 5 people. And that who needs more laughter in their life and more connection. And this is a really simple thing. And if you have grandkids, this is a great thing to do with them. Okay? So now that we woke up our brain a little bit, now we can get going. So are you going to be in charge for me?
I got you.
Oh, wow, just from there, right? Okay, awesome. Let's click. So I want to thank the Glendora Foundation for this program because it's been a partnership of the Glendora Foundation, the Glendora School District, and myself of why we have this program. So the foundation pays, they've hired me as their consultant. They paid for all the supplies that I need. They paid for these handouts that you're getting right now. And so without their commitment to health being one of their key focuses, we would not have this program. And I'm going to let you know that we're the only district with this program because I created it. And it really needs to spread to other districts. Okay, so huge partnership with the foundation. Keep supporting the foundation because one of their commitments is the health of our children. Really important. So donate money to them too. Okay, so next. So I want to share a little bit about how these programs came about and why I do what I do.